much possibilities for the Storm. You can go directly Orchid and be the initiator, because you're gonna be jumping and you have the IO Hilo, you have the IO healing, you have everything from IO to make you be able to have this long team fight without worries about dying. So it's a very huge enabler for the Storm.
And Storm is also a hero that becomes really strong in the late game when you get to the point that you get an axe, level 25 talent, plus the shard, and then you just have lightning bouncing all over the place. It does a tremendous amount of cleave damage in that regard. So there are some nice things, and if the Viper Dyrachyo plays pretty much like we saw the Viper yesterday playing, then he should be still in a very comfortable spot, because that Viper went ham.
Yeah. But I'm honestly very curious on how the game is gonna turn out. Like yesterday you saw me, I was like pretty sure which team's gonna win, which draft's better. This game is just like exciting. I just wanna watch and see which draft wins, because I have no clue how they're gonna execute. Like there are two very smart drafts here. So if you tell what exactly you expect from a Viper carry, you're probably lying, because you haven't seen this hero so much. Like they know better than us what they're doing with those heroes.
I think I saw, by the way, in the Chinese closed qualifiers today, a Ricky played as well. I think they won even with the Ricky safe lane. So, you know, it's still a thing. I'm always hoping for, like, oh, this is a good Ricky or Slark game, and no one ever picks him. No one ever picks him.
The thing is, like, Ricky, it's great because you wouldn't die, but you also wouldn't kill. Because like, you cannot kill a Timber if you're Ricky. You just, okay, he's not gonna have mana.
Okay, jumping forward. A lot of damage coming in onto Toby. And Suddenly's gonna go for a bit of the body blocks. Toby is very, very, very slowly dying, but dying he indeed does. And Suddenly with the great block coming in, Tofu is gonna die in return, it seems. And Stormer should be able to get that kill. Does have rebound, needs a target to jump to. One more auto attack, and he actually gets out.
He probably regrets not having a stick right now. A stick would be more worth than these two Mangos and the South against the Bat Rider.
Yeah, just be walking away with a nice 10 stick charge. Dyrachyo top side. Atomi toss on to the Razor, and Toby with the static link. A lot of damage to be dealt, but that movement speed from Tofu is pretty useful as well.
That's the Io Timber lane. Okay. We'll give that extra sustain that Timber needs on the first 4 levels actually. And then probably you leave the lane and start playing with the Storm.
Top lane, they're doing the exact same play. Dyrachyo is dropping very low and is going to get taken down. I mean, Tiny works so well with a couple of heroes. Viper is one of them. Razor is another one of them. Just toss them on top of your your off laner, and he'll do the rest.
Yeah, so the Viper is indeed going for the Urn. But I think it's too greedy to rush Urn. He needs boots first item. Definitely, 100% sure. Because he's playing against DOS, and he gets the kill back. He's playing against DOS and a Razor, and since the Tiny went boots first item, Tiny has 340 move speed, he has 275, so he cannot escape for those type of DOS plays if he doesn't have the boots.
Yeah, top lane looks to be the area we're probably going to see most engagements go through between Toby and Dyrachyo. And we also have Kataomi dragging the creeps behind the tower, as pretty much every position 4 tends to do these days.
Yeah, maybe the idea here for Viper is he knows there are going to be some trades on the lane, and he doesn't care so much dying as long as he gets the Urn charges. That's going to become a Vessel.
You can just mango rebound if need be, but don't want to waste the mangoes on something so frilly as staying alive. Yours actually having a pretty big struggle in that bottom lane, because he needs to be very careful against Ace, and he is also still not level 3 yet, and you really need the attribute shift levels.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough lane.
Shouldn't die though, unless he makes a mistake, obviously.
Yeah. think it's a lot about XP, this matchup. Like, you need the 6 on Morphling at the same time as the Timber's getting 6. So Fishman, he should be most of the time away from the lane, leaving the full XP to the Morphling. But that means that Fear is gonna be standing alone sometimes against 2 heroes, as now.
Yeah, and he also didn't level the waveform so that he could focus a bit more on last hitting, which obviously, you know, has its downsides if the enemy had stuns. But right now you can just attribute shift, walk away back to the tower every single time. Only mid's doing actually pretty well for Entity. Top lane, Toby struggling against the Racho. The tower lane equilibrium is constantly in the favor of the Viper. Okay, going in. Have a toss back. Nice timing on it. The movement speed just ended, but Toby needs to be careful as well. The Racho, is he going to get taken down? Katomi going in. He needs one more right click. And will not even finish off Daracho. The kills come through, and that is huge for Gaming Gladiators.
You see pretty good rushing earn. I never said this guy needed boots to survive. Oh, he actually has the boots on this engagement, so he's super fine.
If you just get both, you know, easy peasy.
Yeah, but I guess like with boots, then you can get the kill for the earn charge. That's what happened. And you might be safe for one kill, but it's pretty decent. I guess Tofu is paying the price because now both of them are back with full HP, full mana. No, the rebound.
Great hero, very fun to watch. You can't kill him, just jumps away every single freaking time.
Yeah, 103. Really outplaying the Tiny on this lane. Explains why the first pick. Bot. Ace wanna go for Fear. Fear might die here. Fear really needs a stick, to be honest.
It's slightly annoying, but you know, he walks around with 1500 HP like it's nothing.
I'm wondering if he could dive as Ace here, considering he has an IO healing and 2 levels on the passive. But he just don't want to take risks, because also Morphling staying long like this, he cannot last hit, because he needs to be with the attributes on strength. So he's just gonna deny more a bunch of crits here.
And Boom's level 6, so you gotta be very careful of rotations. 18 magic wand charge. They're gonna defend the rune spawning right now. Actually, Celery spots out Stormstormer, but it should be the rune wherever it drops. Will it be secured here? It's bottom. Invis denied by the Harpy Stormcrafter. Chen gameplay coming in. Those zip onto Stormstormer, and it's a 3-man rotation towards mid. Stormstormer, can he get away? Kataomi, nice avalanche. Tosses away the bat as well. Nice save coming in. Fishman joins the fun. Stormstormer will be able to firefly to safety and even farm a small camp while he is disengaging.
Oh, that was a beautiful toss to watch. Really well played by Katomi. But now Bad needs to TP base to get resources. Okay, Chen is gonna get the XP, and Storm, he also doesn't have mana, so he wants to go base also, because Io doesn't have the Soul Ring yet.
Do they have any stacks created? It seems Katomi is trying to make sure that there are going to be some stacks for the Bat Rider to quickly clean up to get those bots at a reasonable timing.
AC got 6. Pure might be in danger. So, it's playing like really sort of passive Timber, but it's very interesting because Pure is not getting any last hits. Maybe I'm too South American on that matchup. I want to see him diving, but he's just, okay, Pure, not getting anything out of this. Okay.
A little bit scarier, but yeah, Chen comes back in. Can't really do anything to help, I guess, you know, give him some extra mana with that creep. Because right now, the Morphling attribute shift, straining all of his mana. And he's in a fairly rough spot. Does have the Morbid Mask, so that should at least sustain it a little bit better. But Ace is just having a super good lane. Honestly, all 3 lanes are going really well for Gaming Gladiators.
Yeah. The Storm has 1k net worth more than the Bat Rider, and always that you have a Bat Rider, okay, you can expect him to be a bit behind, but then you look at the jungle and you expect the stacks. They have like 1 stack in 1 camp. So no ancient stack.
2. a little bit. There's still one in the Radiant jungle. But for the most part, they haven't really stacked it that heavily. Fishman has been, I think, focusing on, you know, getting his own farm going. Gotta get that mech secured ASAP.
Yeah, and like Tiny's not the best hero for stacking. It's a melee 4. You can use the toss to do the double stack, but you don't have that much of mana pool to do that. And they're playing against an IO lineup, so the enemy team has a lot of capabilities of stealing the stacks from you. So it's hard to defend them also.
Not for you.
Yeah, the early game definitely looking very solid here for Gaming Gladiators. 2k net with lead. Boom is top net with, going for the Kaya Sanj first item. I have seen some Storms go for the Witchblade. I am so happy he doesn't.
Going for Kaya Sanj and Storm. Has a regen rune, and that might mean he's going bottom, trying to kill Fishman. Not only Fishman, he wants Pure for sure. Pure might be in danger.
Fishman is dead, so Pure is slightly even more in danger. Now there's going to be a zip coming through. Who wants to continue? TP from the bat. There's still an IO behind it, but Pure attribute shift is pretty good to get him healed up as much as possible. And with some sort of TP rotation coming through, it's pretty A-okay. Oh, Celery tried to tether away, but just a half a second too late. Gets lassoed, and that's going to be a kill secured for Stormstormer. So the rotation did not really pay out the way Gaming Gladiators would have liked.
It paid. It paid a lot. It was amazing for GG. Like, they forced 3 cores on the same lane with 8 minutes.
I didn't see the
terrible,
Toby
frankly.
TP. I only saw the Stormstormer TP.
Yeah, that's terrible for Entity. Because Morphling, he cannot go top, and now he's like, okay, there's a Razor in my jungle. There's a Batrider. Okay, Batrider at least is back to mid right now. But basically, they're giving up on one lane with 8 minutes. And the off lane, which is your stronger lane.
Yeah, it's not going too well, I would say. They're still keeping the net worth at a 1 to 2k difference. Pure is also starting to look a little bit better on the Morphling at this stage, with attribute shift level 7 almost being at the ready as well.
Yeah. If you look at Toby, he's doing like the walk of shame. Going from bot lane to top without touching any creeps. And it feels really bad if you're a Razor, because Razor doesn't hit... Oh, morph. Okay. Just morphing to 0.
Yeah, you see
like,
the health pool
really...
on the
Yeah.
at the top, and you're like, oh no, he's dead!
I'm like, I'm theory crafting and someone is dying on the map. Like, I need to shut up. And Razor didn't touch any creep for the last 1.5 minutes. And he doesn't farm Ancients. That's really tough for this hero.
Now Boom is looking for a catch. Oh, there's some nice creeps to steal. And Pure wants to eat those creeps up. Stormstormer doesn't have a lasso for 10 seconds. Boom will not be able to get that Centaur. That one is for Pure. He'll walk away with it as well. Stormstormer's bots are very close, though.
Oh, Fishman, you're so dead.
Yeah, that's
actually
kind of
his chain tanks a lot, right? No.
It does do a lot. The damage was actually pretty significant there, but you know, if there's no one rotating through to help out, then yeah, you're dead. If Tiny was there, they probably would have even been able to kill off the
oh, they got
Storm.
Toby mid.
Toss back. Toby won't even finish off Tofu. It is going to be a killing spree for that safe lane Viper right now. He's got Dragon Lance. He's going for the bots next. Global presence coming into play, and yeah, they're looking pretty aggressive, pushing everything out.
Yeah, I see this 2k lead. It feels something like 4 for me, because the heroes on GG side, on Entity side, they are not supposed to lose lanes, and they really fall off if they don't have a great lane. They cannot recover the game. They go for Tofu though. It's an important kill.
Top lane is in a bit of trouble, but there's a push back. Daracho TP through as well, and Tofu gets a jump target to disengage, and with the relocate from the side as well. But Boom takes a lot of damage, lassoed up, and the Storm Spirit gets taken down before he can respond. Stormstormer with the 5 dots on him will be taken down in return. Daracho does get finished right before the relocate comes through, and that fight went horribly wrong on the side of Gaming Gladiators.
Yeah, they believe they were so strong that they could fight 3 into 4. And the lasso really got Storm off guard. And when Storm is killed as an IO, you don't have anyone to connect afterwards. So pretty well done by Entity with this engagement. Still 3k ahead, and they cannot take the tower because now you have a Storm full resources running at you.
Storm's running out of mana at the moment, but Toby's going to be the target. Together with Fishman, they will be able to get a nice double kill. In comes the IO with the extra mana regen, and they do get a bit of revenge for what happened prior.
Yeah, that's also the thing. You really lack siege damage as Entity. You do have on the Morphling, but you don't want to show up to have that Manta style on the Morphling. So they did win one engagement, but then they cannot take the tower. So either they go back to their jungles and give back the farm, or they stay there and die. There's no option of taking the tower. Not that early.
Right now, how can they solidly recover from this? The net worth is... The only big plus is that the supports are really... Kataomi has a blink. Like, that's a big deal at this stage. Speaking of which, he misses the toss, and now he's luckily not dead. Tofu actually jumping in a little bit too aggressively, uses his ulti to get rid of the dots, and will get himself out of there. That could have been big. Unfortunately, Kataomi had one creep blocking the toss back.
Yeah, but they were in 4, and GG they were in 2, and the Marcy made them run away. That's how strong the heroes on GG side are. And now they know they've throw some spells, they can get the 14-minute room, jump from Stormer.
He does get the lasso going, but with the toss back, that's just going to be a lasso into nothingness, taken down. And that's a huge cooldown that they got rid of, because that's probably your only real way to kill off Boom for the most part.
Yeah, Boom is so happy now. He's happier by taking the lasso away than of killing the Batrider, because now has like 2 minutes of free game on the Storm.
What's the game plan for Entity right now? Is it just farm and get this Morphling fat and try and win late?
You're gonna have the... Okay, they're gonna have Makans on Chen. They wanna set up one ward, protect this ward, and try to win a team fight with the Mak. Like, maybe you smoke for the 16 minutes rune. You can have like a ward on the enemy cliff. This one on top of the tier 1 tower dire. You set a ward, protect the ward. Some hero is gonna show up there farming jungle. You initiate that hero, and you try to do a clutch Roche. That's the way of coming back, but it's really hard. I'm not saying like it's easy, right?
Yeah, it's also against the Storm, and trying to steal Roche is kind of scary against the Storm, for obvious reasons. They do have a pretty decent Roche lineup though, but right now it's a 5k net with lead. Gaming Gladiators is slowly but surely just suffocating Entity, forcing the cores all in the same direction on the map.
That's why you want to smoke for those part-up runes. They can really make the difference when you're behind. Maybe you get something like a DD or Morphling, and you can win a team fight with that. Or you get some sort of arcane rune for the Tiny, then he get to combo every time.
BKB on the Razor is going to be a pretty good timing, because they only have the Viper's ulti to really do with the BKB. Guess that might be just in general a very big timing for Entity's heroes if they can get to that point. Pure is going to continue farming bottom lane. Isn't completely alone though, so always has to be a tad
Toby top.
Scared. That was very quick. Toby gets chopped up easily.
But you see, like Entity, they did the smoke, but they didn't drop the ward on the cliff. Had they dropped the ward, they would have seen the Viper. And Viper was the easiest kill, so... They kind of did the right thing, but... No, they didn't kind of do it, because the Mac's not ready, so they just smoke without Mac and without ward. It feels like they're desperate, because they are a team that they usually play a very high level of execution, especially with the Chen. So it feels weird to see a Chen smoking when he's 80 gold away from his Mac, when he doesn't have any ward to put on the cliff. And now it's Boom's turn to smoke.
Yeah, they're gonna go for a bit of a scouting mission. Probably want to take care of the tier 1 tower top. Gaming Gladiators aren't that great at taking Roche down themselves, though. That's definitely one of their weaker points. Going in for the chase. Stormer, not get spotted, has that blink dagger, which he now did reveal. They actually really need to make sure that the Kataumi solid timing on his blink dagger actually nets them at least a kill.
Yeah, 5k ahead. Even though they don't get things on the rotation, they still have the better map control. They have the mobility with Io Storm. They have BOTs on Viper. 18-minute rune coming up, but the team that might control it is GG. So another problem for Entity. Arcane rune, that's huge for Storm.
Oh, Pure in mid. Boom wanted to catch him, but Pure was a little bit ahead of the curve right there. Jumps out in time. Observer ward placed, which is kind of these days one of the most obvious spots to place your observer ward. I need map changes. It's been a while since, you know, trying to figure out where can I even place a ward these days where they won't counter it immediately.
Just do the most obvious one. They don't expect you to be so dumb, and then you're just so smart.
Yeah, no, that usually doesn't work. The net worth is at the very least stabilizing, but Toby is just falling off of a cliff in terms of net worth. And Pure is still keeping up to a decent degree. Stormer as well, trailing them a little bit, trying to get those BKB timings. Pure does have his Manta now done. So finally his first real item secured. Scotty is going to be his next, but this... Yeah, Dota2, once he gets his BKB, is going to be a terrifying hero as well. Haven't seen too much of the Viper this game, but... Well, yesterday we did see how absolutely terrifying it can turn out to be.
Yeah, and then he didn't go for the Vessel. He probably knew Morphling was going for a Manta, so he didn't waste that gold. So, yes, Manta is great on Pure. He needs the items, but it doesn't have so much value, considering, like, Boom didn't go for the Orchid, Viper didn't go for the Vessel. So he's not really dispelling very important things.
Ace is also very close to his Lotus Orb. Pretty much is done with the Lotus Orb, just 100 gold away. Storm BKB into Ags. Those are some very terrifying items that will be built up soon enough on the Gaming Gladiator side. And real counters as well. Especially once the Scotty does come to play on the Viper.
Yeah, once you have that Lotus Orb, you're probably using it on Viper, so he frontlines without being worried with a static link. And then the Razor cannot touch the Viper.
We'll wait and see. A nice smoke gank coming in. And yeah, Pure is the target. Stunned up. He's still in full agi and doesn't even get the swap in time. And that's a very neat little pickup there for Gaming Gladiators. Are they going to go Roche? They are going to go into the pit. Entity have just not been really making any moves on the map.
This hero IO, it really enables Roche with the extra attack speed.
And spell amplification as well on the Storm. Not too bad.
And Storm has shard. They can really burst stars with this early shard. It's such a strong shard in the early game, especially when you're snowballing. And it's gonna be funny when they hit the chain creeps. They're just gonna disappear out of the map.
Well, that's pretty much what Boom has been doing the entire time. Anyway, he's using them as just extra farming tools. Easy pickups, thank you very much. And a 9k net worth lead here for Gaming Gladiators are just completely tearing apart Entity. But then again, Entity are not really doing anything, to be fair. They're just trying to find some farm and slowly but surely losing every bit of net worth on the map.
Yeah, it began on the laning stage, right? GG, they were really smart setting up lanes. You don't expect a Viper carry, so you really expect your Razor to be winning his lane, and he didn't. And then that TP bottom that they forced on the Razor, feels like the cores on Entity, they're not scaling. just the Morphling, but feels like that Morphling cannot take part on team fights. He need like Skadi, BKB to be able to, and that's probably gonna be too late. Storm Spirit with Arcane Rune, he really wants to fight. Also Aegis. Feels like you have like 4 lives now as the Storm, because you have Aegis, Arcane, BKB, and an IO. Oh man, Boom's so strong.
And now you also have a Fishman. The Chen will be just faltering. Boom, cleaning it up pretty easily. Fishman pinging. There must be an observer ward there. Otherwise, you could have never seen me. Oof, tanking it with lead 23 minutes. It's just very slow death, it looks like.
Yeah.
Tell me with the toss back, at least waste a little bit more of that boom mana.
That's this like Simpsons meme that you get the guy out of the bar and then he's inside again.
I think I remember that meme. It's been a very long time since I've seen The Simpsons, first of all. Oh, Simpsons is an amazing show.
Very famous meme. You throw the guy out of the bar and then you're like happy.
Yeah, and then he's right at the bar and he's drinking again.
Yeah, that's the Storm. Against the Tiny. Like now, if you ask me what Entity can do, I'm gonna bring some bad news. Like they can focus on next game. What is the hope here? Do you see anything as a hope?
I always have hope. There's always that one big team fight that a team can mess up. I've seen too many old school Liquid games to know that high ground is a team's worst enemy. Especially against a Tiny.
Okay, okay. Yeah, you have a point. That's why it's good to ask. Like, the toss back can be huge. Toss back into Lasso. That's something that they doubles.
Yeah, I just saw that as well. One smoke and then like a second and a half later, the second.
Yeah. Probably the guy wasn't looking. Okay, Lasso.
Onto Tofu, going in. Nice avalanche as well. They get the kill onto Tofu. Boom does still have that Aegis, obviously. Suddenly's actually in the middle of the fray. He doesn't want to be there. He's going to get blown up on the IO. Buyback comes in from the Chen so that he can use his healing. Boom is going to lose his first life. Toby going for the TP out of there, actually. That's going to be the Aegis pop. They kind of just need to disengage at this stage. They did get a lot, but Pure doesn't even get out of there. Nice avalanche coming into play again. And Katomi, he's just trying to keep them occupied. Actually, he tosses the Timbersaw on top of Pure by accident. And it is going to be a, well, still one fight it looks like. Yeah, Fishman's going to get chopped. That's a dieback coming into play. And BKB forced out onto Jirachi as well. They're going in onto Ace, but the problem is you don't have the Morphling for the damage.
Yeah, it was something. How was the trade? Because we have a dieback, so it was 3-4-3. If we're that behind, and Aegis, if we're that behind, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Still doesn't feel enough, but
no, it
shows they can do something.
They lost. During that fight, they had like, you know, they lost. It went from 12k deficit to 13k deficit. So, at least you got rid of the Aegis, so Storm can't be so wild in his approaches. He does have his Ags almost done, and that is a very scary prospect. But it does also show that they can die on gaming Gladiators.
Yeah. But they are the team on cooldown on Entity, right? So now, GG, they can just go for the kills. No BKB yet on Toby. 5 seconds.
Toby will be the second one dead. And that's a good way to start pushing the high ground. If you kill off the entire enemy team, it's actually pretty easy to siege.
But Lasso is gonna be back. Thing is, no buyback on Tiny. They do have the glyph.
Yeah, but can you keep them at bay for 30 seconds without the Tiny or the Razor? To be fair, those are your two frontliners for the most part, so very unlikely.
There's a DD bottom for the Storm. Do you want to go on Pure? No. That's also the thing, when you lose side lanes against Storm, it's really dangerous because the enemy team's gonna have the map advantage and they're gonna control the power up. And Storm is one of the heroes, if not the hero, that takes most benefit out of those runes.
They are looking to possibly get a catch. Racha would be a nice first kill, but primarily the big threat this game is Boom on that Storm. Okay, Lasso again onto Tofu, quickly blow him up, but there's The AoE Electric Vortex, and they all get dragged back. The damage coming in, they're dropping so quickly. And that's the Aghanim Scepter reveal right there. Looking for Pure. That's the real target that they want to take down. And Pure does not have a target or a way out of this. That's going to be the Morphling finished off. Godlike. Boom with that double kill. With the double damage. AoE Electric Vortex. Easy cleanup crew. Gaming Gladiators just rolling over Entity in game number 1. And I am very wrong again.
I don't judge you, man. I went for the white gas on GG because they seem to have better lanes, and the better lanes just snowballed into a way better game. So this IO Storm is always super strong, and Razor, Morphling, you don't do much to that. You just have the Batrider with the lasso, but it's not enough. Also, Ava is actually pretty good against the Storm, right? That's what Tiny might go for the Ava toss play. When Batrider is back. But no lasso, so he's gonna toss to the tier 4 and then Storms just get away.
And then you're hoping that, you know, Adaptive Strike strength so that you push him further towards the fountain. Gotta make some weird plays happen at this stage. This 24k net worth advantage is probably a little bit too much, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Arcane Rune. That's probably what's setting for the GG.
Yeah, I don't mind if I do.
Vise on Ace.
Going
Gary on Viper.
He's also going for the Shivas on the Storm, so you're gonna have all that nice AoE and then healing reduction against the Morphling, with of course that Scotty from Dota2.
Man, it feels so bad being a Chen playing from behind. He doesn't even have the creeps because he cannot go to the jungle. And then the Desperate Smoke.
Oh, they get scanned as well. Oh, Gaming Gladiators know exactly what's up. Ace is just gonna stand there. Okay, hit me. Come on, hit me. All the way around they go.
Yeah. And soon the creeps on mid, they reach the base, which makes it 100% obvious. And they feel like, okay, we need to go back. Because now they know. Like now. Oh, now they know. The creeps are in base.
Oh, they're gonna smoke in return. The only one not smoked is Tofu.
But Chen got creep. That's the ward he needed to do for the road fight.
Boom. They could kill him off, maybe. They had a good the position right there with Gatomi, and he gets the Ava toss combo off into the lasso. They probably would have killed the Storm.
Yeah. But you see, they're showing the ward that I mentioned because I couldn't ping to. So yeah, that was the ward I would expect on the Mackens timing. It's a pretty decent ward to fight, but not when the enemy team is inside their base. Actually, it is. It was a worth try. I'm just kidding. And if they had Roche, they could maybe do a very clutch Roche, but the timer is still 1 minute, so now they need to go back.
Yeah, if Storm made a mistake there, you drag him back and kill him off, and hopefully he doesn't have a buyback, then you jump in Roche. At 80 shard, there's maybe a chance to come back. Okay, that does not give away that they're behind it. I don't know what is. The courier just flying over, getting killed off. Last one to Dota2 doesn't take any damage in the process. They're looking for more, and Storm and the gang are just getting completely wrecked. Relocating his Dota2 out of there for just a brief couple of seconds, but they are just easily eating up the entire Entity lineup. Drag him back, smack him down. Game number 1, Gaming Gladiators. There was no threat during this entire game at all. There was no moment where I even contemplated that Entity would have come back. It's just they slowly whittled them completely down.